Amy Dunne was truly a cold, calculating psychopath.
I would never, ever hurt you.
She's one of the most disturbing female villains in movie history. She went to extreme lengths to make herself look victimized by men whose only sin was not to pay her the attention she demanded at all times.
She said I raped her. First-degree felony rape.
Now, Amy quite possibly had what is called Munchausen syndrome. That's where people hurt themselves for the purpose of gaining attention and sympathy from others.
Amy was so nurturing.
People love her.
There are telltale signs I've gathered from cases of Munchausen I've seen, but Amy was actually able to injure herself enough to convince others that she had been the victim. And when she is trying to make it look like her high school boyfriend had been raping her, she went to the extreme of obtaining semen. She cuts his throat right after he climaxes. The male officers interviewing her saw a pretty woman covered in blood. They didn't see a deadly woman. I've seen people at their worst. I know how people act after a traumatic experience. And Amy Dunne, after supposedly being raped and tortured, acted in ways an FBI profiler would have found suspicious right off the bat. For starters, if you're being held captive by somebody who is raping you, and then you successfully kill them, I think you're going to reach for the phone. Instead, she gets in a car and drives home, covered in blood. Then she goes to be interrogated and sits through the entire thing, calmly answering questions. A normal victim cannot wait. She would be screaming to get that person's blood off of her. But Amy wears it home like a dress, and only then washes it off in her own shower with her husband watching. Also, a really good crime scene analysis would have revealed a little bit of a problem with her story. If she was tied up all the time, how'd she get the box cutter? And how'd she get it under the pillow? A good detective would have seen way too many contradictions in her story and not the forensic evidence to back it up. She would have been brought in for more questioning, and there would have been questions she could not answer.
Vanity Fair Confidential gives us the opportunity to take some of our best stories and turn them into television events.
A Denver policeman had been shot dead.
Because an officer is down, somebody needs to pay.
Here's a guy who's making millions of dollars as a doctor.
They woke up in the morning and he wasn't there.
He took his fingers like this and he said, "I am a bad man."
Vanity Fair Confidential, all new series, Mondays at 9, only on Investigation Discovery.